Inside Nigeria, keeping you informed on what matters. Inside Nigeria, keeping you informed on what matters.
Good morning, listeners out there. It's another morning today inside Nigeria, August 26, 2021. And of course, my name is Bode Balibo. I'm with my regular co-host, Winifred Ogbebo.
Good morning, viewers out there. It's a great pleasure to be on set today inside Nigeria.
Yeah,
Welcome.
Thursday morning.
Yes.
The day is good.
It's
the day
good.
is bright.
Yeah,
and you are
it's
looking Thursday
and
too.
with so much hope too and expectations for a better Nigeria.
I say you are looking Thursday.
Oh yeah, thank you.
I don't know. Are these colors Thursday colors?
No, I
Just
just
say so. Okay, they are not Thursday colors.
Maybe it's green anyway. Maybe just in solidarity.
They kind of
like
count down
Nigeria
to the weekend.
Yes,
All right. All right, as usual, we're starting with Nigeria's most influential newspaper, The Leadership. And of course, on the front page of Leadership this morning, misreaction trail Matawale's call for emergency rule. Dialogue with bandits. Misreaction trail Matawale's call for emergency rule. Dialogue with bandits. And of course, Matawale is Zamfara State Governor, Mohammed Bello Matawale.
You know, but when I saw this cover story today, I was shocked. I said, the governor himself, does he know the implication of having a state of emergency in his state? For a governor to actually come out front to demand for a state of emergency is unheard of in the history of Nigeria.
This speaks to a lot of things. Like you said, maybe the governor is not fully aware of what it means to have a state of emergency in place. Then number two, I think it also shows that the Zamfara state government might have lost it.
He's overwhelmed.
Is overwhelmed. And again, thirdly, this also shows that a lot of people who we elect into position of authorities are not actually prepared for leadership. They are not prepared for governance. You know, just by chance, they want to be there, enjoy benefit of office, paraphernalia of office, you know, the glamour that comes with office, and the rest of them.
But if you look at it, it's the same thing that we're also having with Katsina State Governor. Although that one is not in as much as that one is not calling for a state.
He only asks people to defend themselves.
Exactly.
Now, you know, that reminds me,
is
is a special advisor on security appear on one of our shows called The Big Issue. Okay. And we asked him for the governor to ask the people to defend themselves. Has the government lost it? He said no. That in fact, self-defense is a constitutional right. That you cannot just watch sheepishly allow an attacker to take life out of you. That you are also bound to resist. So he actually defended.
And you know, the federal government has come out to say that he's on his own. That he's entitled to his opinion. That is his opinion.
Well, we don't even know where the federal government stands. Honestly speaking, we don't know where the federal government stands. If Masari is on his own, the Katsina State governor, what is the federal government doing to make sure that banditry, terrorism ends once and for all?
And this speaks to the issue of state police.
Well, I don't think this.
You know, there have been calls for state police because, as you can see, the whole scenario playing out, you understand that the military or the security apparatus, they are overwhelmed.
But is it really about state police? It's about having people who understand leadership in position of authority, people who will take care of this agent of state, in order for them to perform effectively. For example, if you have a state policing system and you don't have qualified policemen, you don't have adequate number of policemen to police your communities, your states, your country, we'll go back to the same square one.
You know what? I will also join the ranks for calls for state police is that if states should have their own police, remember, but this police will be coming from the states, per se, and these are people that will know the grassroots, know the states that they are based, you understand? And they will be able to perform creditably better than having people maybe from outside the states come into police, and it should be somehow, you know.
And look at the second leg to this story, that the governor is also calling for dialogue with bandits. Bandits who are terrorists, who shot down a NAV Nigerian Air Force Alpha jet. You understand? This is an offense against the state. This is a felony. This is offense against the state.
The Katsina State, at the beginning, did negotiate with bandits.
And it failed.
It
failed. They said they were betrayed.
Benue State also did the same thing. It negotiated with bandits.
Exactly. But it didn't work. You see killings in Benue State. Exactly. And this exposed a kind of hypocrisy on the part of our political leaders.
There's lack of political will. That is just
That's one.
everybody.
Then hypocrisy on their part. If a governor is calling for dialogue with bandits, why have we not been? Why is it not possible? Or why haven't we seen another governor calling for dialogue with secessionists?
Exactly.
People who are calling for self-determination.
Exactly.
They are not bandits. They are not terrorists.
They are not terrorists.
But they are the
just
one in detention today.
Exactly.
So it shows us as being hypocritical about issues of
We are
national
not serious
importance.
about tackling security because if we were, there will be political will to do it.
Killers of our
Because
people's bandits
we still remember our
calling
fresh,
for dialogue with them.
our late president, Yaradua.
Exactly.
So what he did.
Initiated the amnesty
Yes.
for Niger Delta
Exactly.
militants.
Even when Boko Haram was
They are
coming
not in the
up
same
now,
class.
he was the one that gave the order that they should be dealt with.
Niger Delta
That he
militants
doesn't want to see
and
them.
terrorists and bandits are not in the
They are
same
not in the
class.
same class.
Yes, there could be economic overtures, but then
There
people
should
who are
be political
taking
will.
life.
We have been speaking to this. It's not just issuing the same rhetoric all over again. We are coming after the attack. Like the president was in his reaction said, this attack will hasten end to banditry. That was what the president said, and I was wondering how is he going to hasten end to banditry? You know, we still keep having rhetoric. So I think press release is just there to be issued out at the end of the day. We never such occurrences occur. You just okay, don't worry, we are going after bandits, we put an end to it. And this is what we have been hearing over the years, even before this present administration, and nothing concrete has been done about it. It's so sad for that people cannot sleep now with their two eyes closed.
Close. Very, very sad. And Winifred, let's talk small business.
Yes. So from leadership, we are moving over to national economy. National economy is a sister publication of leadership newspaper, and national economy Thursday publication has on its cover, controversy lingers over Nigeria's proposed airport concessioning. Controversy lingers over Nigeria's proposed airport concessioning. And this cover story has on its rider, FG, Labour disagree over sharing formula, and Federal Airports Authority Nigeria can't bear 1 billion naira debt burden. Labour.
Well, the labor unions in Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, FAN, are actually the ones against the concessioning plan of airport because they say they will be at disadvantage if this is allowed to happen. But for me, I don't think there should be a controversy if this policy had been well thought out right from inception.
The thing is that how transparent with the concessioning people dey. That is just it. Because you discover that over times, everything we do, like, when you are privatizing government properties, it's always shady. It's never done in a transparent manner. So that is just my fears anyway over this concessioning they want to do.
Yeah, there was the other good side of it because we have seen the Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos. We have seen the Terminal 2,
Yes.
the concession to Boycotting Nigeria Limited.
Even
And
that
we have seen the
Boycotting,
beauty
it's still also
of that terminal.
up to now, it's still controversy, still trailing
Legal, a lot of
exactly
things.
to boycotting.
Probably that's why I said these are things that are not well thought
That's what I'm
out
saying. That's
from
my
the
fear
inception.
because it's never ever transparent. I don't know why. Is it a Nigerian thing? I don't know why we cannot have a transparent,
A process for
please.
anything. No, Winifred, one other interesting story about aviation, Nigerian aviation this morning, is about plan by Nigeria as a country to start manufacturing aircraft. The Minister of Aviation, Senator Hadi Sirika, yesterday made such announcement that Nigeria, with one Finnish company, will be in partnership to manufacture aircraft. Is that not a good news?
I saw it and I was like, well, I was in as much as yes, I'm happy over the news, but I'm like, how feasible is this? But they were talking about aircraft.
And it's
When we have
happening
not even started
before next year. They say before 2023.
our own cars. Have we started manufacturing
Well,
our
so
own
we have
cars?
some assembly plants around the country. They've invested a lot of billions of naira in the automobile or automotive industry, and very soon we're going to start seeing Nigerian manufactured cars, even electric cars, as we speak.
I pray so. I'm one that is all for Nigeria to make it good, to be, at the forefront of manufacturing and being an industrialized country. So if it happens, so be it. I'll be so happy, and I'm actually waiting for it.
So a lot of things happening at the Nigerian aviation sector.
Yes.
At the same time, we are still expecting Nigerian Air, and now we are just being
Exactly.
told that before 2023, Nigeria will start to manufacture aircraft. Good news. Let's keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Okay, we pray it will happen. Let's move to the next newspaper on our menu this morning. And of course, the next newspaper on our menu this morning is the Nation newspaper. On the front page of the Nation this morning, gunmen, herders, kill 43 in Plateau, Benue State attacks. Gunmen, herders, kill 43 in Plateau, Benue State attacks. Winifred, family of 16 burns to death in a community, and woman and her 4 kids were slain.
Just when we are still reeling from the attack on in NDA yesterday, Tuesday,
Yes.
and now this Bobby, I saw it and I was still in shock, and I'm still wondering that I don't know, maybe because Nigeria is such a large population, so all these deaths, we just feel that it's one of those things. It's just one of those things, and it's just a handful. So we are not many people now. They are not so moved again by the deaths that we are seeing every day on the newspaper or on our screen. But how can you react to this? That the fact that yesterday everybody was outcry over the attack in Nigeria's elite military institution, NDA, and now yesterday, we still heard about government killing in Plateau and Benue State. It's really, really sad. It's really, really sad.
Yeah, but
that's the word I can use now. Because
we cannot continue to lament. What is important is for us to know what we are doing. For example, as we speak in Plateau, there is a curfew in place in some parts of the state.
But there has been a curfew since.
Where this killing took place actually is where there is a curfew. So how come people were able to move to launch attack on some innocent people and move away without the attention of security people on guard?
Like we keep saying, there's no political will. If there is a political will to tackle this insurgency, honestly, it won't happen. It won't happen.
Well, I think our political leaders should be ashamed or disturbed with daily occurrence in Nigeria about security, because lives are precious. As their own lives are precious, our lives as ordinary Nigerians are precious.
Well, and then you wonder, and people are blaming the federal government is telling Masari that he's on his own when he called for self-defense. But in this issue, you just have to defend yourself, just like you said, because it's in the constitution. You can't just open your eyes and watch headers or gunmen burst into your house and kill.
Most times, these people are not actually headers. It's just that we are fixated on herders. Herders are businessmen who wear cows around. Yes, the attackers may come from their ethnic group, but they are not necessarily herders. Herders will not want anything to happen to his cattle because he's a businessman. He wants to rear them for economic gain. So if you go about unleashing violence, how will he reap from his business? But just that we are fixated, and most times, because of this fixation, we don't get to look down to bottom of these, most of these incidents. But we need to go on a short break.
Yes.
When we come back, we will continue the discussion. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back. It's still Inside Nigeria on at the Leadership Podcast. This morning, I'm still with my co-host, Winifred Obebo.
Good morning and welcome back to Inside Nigeria.
Well, it's time to see what is on the front page of the Vanguard.
Yes, the Vanguard newspaper.
Well, we are having issues
Yes.
bringing you Vanguard this morning.
Yes, Vanguard newspaper. Vanguard newspaper has on its cover Thursday, retired military officers rail against attack on NDA. Talking of Nigerian Defense Army. Retired military officers rail against attack on NDA. That is Vanguard newspaper with you.
Well, attack on Nigeria's premier defense institution, Nigerian Defense Academy.
Academic,
NDA is still making news 48 hours after, because the place is an unusual place. People least expected that such a place could be attacked by anyone. Well, yesterday we spoke with our Kaduna Bureau chief who provided insight as to how the attack was launched, and we were told that, NDA is situated directly opposite the mechanization, the agreed mechanization at college, which was attacked a few months ago. And it was bizarre that the NDA couldn't take that into cognizance in order to beef up its security. And again, this morning I saw a newspaper report where pictures of the wire fence around the NDA were shown to have been broken. And this provided easy access for the bandits to gain access into the NDA. So I don't know what they are using the defense budget to do. I don't know what the leadership of NDA has been doing over time to make sure that NDA, being a premier defense institution, remain fortified, as it's ought to be. But here we are. They have been demystified by ragtag bandits.
Yes. And it's not 48 hours after the attack.
No, yes.
Yes. And but then we have the press release still telling us that they are still on the trail of the bandits.
Yes.
So
yes, the defense
where
reporter
are they
also
going to run them up?
they said a board of inquiry has also been constituted to investigate circumstances around the incident.
I'm shocked that a whole army we still 48 hours after attack on his institution is still planning to round up the bandits. I mean, but
And look at what
it doesn't inspire hope.
exactly, and look at what former military officers are saying. The first rider on that story, NDA attack, a disgrace to Nigerian army, says Oyinlola. Oyinlola, remember?
Yes.
He's a retired army officer and a former military governor of Lagos State. And also
But
the
they
second
judge.
one, Bode George,
Said it's a
a
charade. Shame.
a former senior naval officer, says the charade and shame. Well, I think the story will continue to dominate discourse for some
A
time
long time to come.
to
Because I
come.
think this is the first time that an attack of this nature has been made on this on Nigeria's elite institution, NDA.
Exactly, and I don't know if you have
Something
seen the
that
reaction by the presidency yesterday.
Yes, that is an attack that will end banditry, that will hasten end to banditry. I mean, it's
So, do we need this kind of thing to happen before we now get back to our consciousness? Because we wake up to responsibility.
I just feel it's just the normal statement to make, and at the end of the day, everybody will just sleep. Don't worry, they will soon get over it. It's one of those things, and Nigeria moves on, and nobody's talking about it again. And I'm quite sure, even the bandits that did carried out the attack, I only hope that the real people are rounded up, but they not some emergency.
Anyway, for me, it still boils down to lack of political will. And if
It
our
is.
leaders are lacking in political will, it means we have wrong people in position of authority. And it's high time Nigeria actually shine their eyes ahead of the 2023 general election. Or what do you think?
I think so, but I just feel that maybe our expectations were just too much. We expected so much, and that is just what is playing out now. Because you can't tell me that a retired general. We have a retired general at the helm of affairs who knows all these things, who knows the nitty gritty of security, and ought to have put his foot down. If really, I know he told us at the beginning that his age will not allow him to perform as optimally that he ought to be, but he knows how the whole security works, and he's supposed to have enforced it.
Okay.
Enforced it.
Talking about the board of inquiry that has just been constituted, are you sure the armed forces will be willing to divulge to Nigerians the secret of what actually happened before the attack was launched? What went missing?
Don't forget that
who is culpable, who is
the
not?
CDS has already told us that it's an insider.
Will they be
able to fish
forthright
out
enough to tell
exactly
Nigerians what happened?
They won't. I don't think so. It's just the board. As you said, the board has been set up.
Exactly.
Board of inquiry, but nothing will happen.
You remember the police investigation of Abba Kyari? Few weeks now, we have not had anything. I don't know how long it will take
but that is
to
even
investigate a single officer.
It's too early for you to even say. Have you forgotten the army that this Wadume?
The Wadume case in Taraba, the kidnapper, the alleged
Have
kidnapper.
you forgotten? Commission
Nothing has
panel was
happened.
set up to investigate when army killed some policemen.
So it's like security services and armed forces are not disposed to transparency always about their internal matters.
So nothing is going to happen.
They don't want anybody seeing their weaknesses.
Exactly.
And this is not
The
good
plane
for
that
the
was
police.
shot down in Zamfara.
We have not
Have
heard
you
anything about it. No,
We
you're
only
talking
saw
about Zamfara. The one that went missing in Northeast.
Okay.
Since April.
Congratulating the pilot that was able to save
that
his
was
life maneuver, and that was all.
The one that went missing in Northeast with 2 pilots.
Yes,
Since April ending.
since nothing has been done about it, and nothing. No
The
paper
Boko
has
Haram
been
terrorists
released.
came out to say we shot down that plane. The armed forces are saying no.
You did not shoot it
We
down.
knew what happened to our plane.
Plane.
But Nigerians are not privileged to know
Exactly.
what happened to this plane months later.
But this is what we, the populace, have been, fed all this while. They just believe that Nigerians don't deserve to know what is happening between their new states. They do deserve it, because at the end of the day, it's Nigerians, the electorate. What the electorate? I put it there.
That speaks to lack
So
of accountability,
yes.
lack of transparency,
Yes.
governance. And that's why there's a trust deficient between
is.
the led and the government. Well, it's time to go, Winifred, and it's important to tell our viewers that we're coming back at 11, where the registrar of the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, Professor Ishaq Oloide, will be joining us for a special live interview.
Thank you so much.
It's time to go.
Yeah, it's time to go. Thank you so much for keeping faith with us today, Thursday, on Inside Nigeria. Don't forget, tomorrow is still another day.
Exactly.
Keep a date with us. Bye.
Yeah, thank you for being with us from hour 10 till this moment. And like I said, stay tuned. Professor Isaac Oloide, the registrar and the chief executive officer of Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, JAM, will be with us for a live special interview at 11 o'clock. My name is Vince Body.
And his tenure has just been
renewed.
extended. Yes.
Yes, he has a lot to tell Nigerians.
Yes.
My name is Vince Body. Bye for now.
Inside Nigeria, keeping you informed on what matters.